Okay, so I have this subject I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time. It's about gentrification. Um, Now, gentrification is going on in different places. I had a talk with a neighbor today, and they're basically trying to move them out of their house. Basically, um, you can see it on the streets because this used to be This is a multicultural area. This part where I am, and from I'll say Brixton to Lewisham onwards, you can see that places are really getting gentrified. The shops are different. I just went to a place where I used to work, and they're trying to bring up the market the same as the other market. So what they're doing, they're putting certain making certain, adding certain shops into the market because there's a market across the Rye market that's like a food space. It's like a food space. It's like to have multi spaces in it. I think. Let me see if I can find it so I can give you an idea. Oh, they're just showing me the old one. Hold up. And you can see how they're trying to. You know what? I'll play a video. I'll make my point better when I've got a video up.
Them who manage this.
Okay, let me show you what I'm looking at here. Right, this person talking. He is one of I say one of the ballers of the so-called of the woke conscious whatever. But he's explaining something. So let's listen. Hold on, let me put him up.
That's the
Peckham
Peckham market
here,
indoor market. A lot of good things in the Peckham market, but one of the things in the Peckham market, is the lack of promotion by the management. The people who manage this, they don't care about the market in a certain area. All they care about is just to collect the money. They don't do nothing to promote the market here in Peckham. If it's the stall holder them, the unit people in the unit, individually, doing these things, When it's the management of the market supposed to promote the market because that is what they tell the people them to, But if you go into the market and see, right, one place in there that sells shoes, yeah, and you can't put nobody because this is how they do it. But you can come in there, you can sell food, you can sell clothes, because they don't care. They just set the people at one another, And this is a mass manipulation to see that the people is trying to do something to better themselves. But the people who run the market, all they care about is money. They do nothing to promote the market. And I'm telling you, support the unit them here. At the same time, voice your opinion to the people who run the market. They don't live in Peckham. You understand? And they do nothing to even promote anything around Peckham. then take them celebration to where they live. You understand? And it's bad higher. So support the unit them inside the market. You know, see it? And at the same time, voice your opinion to the management of the lack of support. Voodoo all the time.
Oh, hi, Chris. Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Christine. Yeah, so that's what's Dr. Abu talking about the market. Now, across from that market, there's another market. It's different market in a kind of way. It was promoted on Peckham Finest on the series. Now, in that market, it's very nice. As you walk in, it has seating area. It has heating in there. It's very splash. I would say it's very splash, but it's more like an eating space. You see what I mean? Anyways, hi Bigo. One young lady, I can't remember how long this video was done because I watched it before. This young lady went down to Peckham one time and she did a video on the market on Peckham. And you can see from the video from them till now. No, that's Peckham. The video from them till now, how it's changed. Like it's changed a lot. Let me show you her video.
Hello.
Now, even that little bit where she run down, all that is changed. All that's changed. There's loads of graffiti there now. It looks mash up. I mean, the station looks okay. The station looks okay. I ain't gonna say it bad, but as you come out the station, you'll see the most of it run down. Some parts is okay, mind you, but those are the parts like the Peckham Village, the back of Peckham, basically. Those are the parts that you don't see. There's also little parts where people sit out and eat. There's tapas bars. There's other stuff going on, but it's similar to what they're doing also to Deptford as well. Like there's certain stuff that's appeared, and all that. There's no equal footing basically. So I'm gonna let it play.
And welcome to Peckham, the place that used to be home to people like Rio Ferdinand, Ashley Waters, and of course Giggs. In fact, just down the road, it used to be the SN1 shop. And in these very streets, I promise you, at 15 years old, I used to see PYG. And if you don't know who PYG are, check your Urban Dictionary. I used to see them make guys do star jumps in oncoming traffic. It was so scary, but Peckham is home. So let's take a look around. Today, I'm going to explore the new Peckham, as it's a far cry away from its only fools and horses days. Only recently has the area been described as niche and trendy. But Peckham is usually known for its diversity, with 2/3 of the retail units being occupied by immigrants from around.
Now, I went there today. Now, Bird Leg is gone. This is Bird Leg shop. His shop is gone. Devon's shop looks like it's going. There's a couple shops that looks like they're going. They don't, So some of the shops is disappearing. Now on the outside, there's a whole nother something else going on. A whole nother something else going on. But anyway, like I'm gonna let it play because you hear the little one,
Around 20 countries worldwide. As well as independent businesses, Peckham is also well known for its social housing. Contrary to popular belief, the regeneration of council estates in Peckham has actually been a thing since the 60s, when high-rise estates were introduced. The estates that were built, or at least made it into the new millennium, had issues with crime and poverty, and upgrading them has had its ups and downs for the community. Some say constant redevelopment has taken its toll on the community feel. So I spoke to locals to see what they still love about Peckham. So we are outside Tina's at the moment, and I'm with a lovely looking auntie. How are you, auntie?
I'm fine.
Yeah, you doing good today?
Yeah.
You're looking sweet.
Oh, thank you.
So what is it that you love about Peckham?
I love Peckham because when I'm in Peckham, it's like I'm in my country because I'm from Nigeria. It's like I'm in my country. In Peckham, you see a lot of things, especially you see families, you see friends, you see people that you know, and
And they call Peckham Little Nigeria. That's what it's called, Little Nigeria. So Brixton was the Jamaican part, and Peckham was the Nigerian part. So when you go down there, right, you can get almost anything. Okay, so the reason why I'm talking about this today, because when I went down there today, I feel like you can see the changes is so like, I mean, they say change is good, isn't it? But if you're gonna make the people pay how much money for their shops, because I talked to a couple of aunties that I know down there, you're going to make them pay big money for their shops. You don't improve the spaces that they're in so they can make that revenue, so they can sell, so they can give you the money, right? And then if not, what you do, right, you move them on, because there's the places in Peckham called the Archers where the hairdressers used to be there. And what they did, they took the hairdressers out of the Archers and sent them to Peckham. It's called Peckham Pulse, I think it is. They sent them over there. So what they're doing, they're like Christy said, they're dismantling the markets. But after so many years, once again, it comes down to the Windrush years and all that stuff. After so many years of having these people come over, make their life, go through hell, I repeat, hell with the racism over here. Then now they're getting the money, the revenue and all that. Now they are literally dismantling spaces. They're entering in spaces, they're taking over the housing spaces, moving people out. It's like an apartheid. Now, there is a show called Noughts and Crosses which reflects this, strange enough. But it's in reverse. So I'm kind of thinking that's how it's going to go, you know? So I'm going to let it play.
especially you see African food everywhere, and Peckham is good.
What do I love most being in Peckham? Peckham is like feeling as if I'm in Africa, actually. I can't deny that.
So how do you reckon Peckham has changed over time?
Peckham has changed. They're trying their possible best to modernize it. They have more bars.
And this is a space where I used to work at one time. There's twin brothers at the back of her. There's the one that's near Twin Brothers is gone now. In the middle, there's a shoe space. There's a restaurant past that. There is a Gambian tailor. There's a hairdresser's across that. Right. But most of the spaces, they moved the spaces, but in this one they don't show the new place that's across from the improved Riley Market. So this is the old Riley Market, and there's another one beyond that, further up the road. I can't remember what's it called. There's Rassies there called like Blacker is there, and different ones is there. So I'm gonna let it play.
It used to be only food stuff, but you have more bars, and I think they've grown a nightlife in Peckham. Peckham now has a nightlife.
I'm going to ask you, cameraman, just to come closer a little bit. Come closer. Because what I have for you is so dope. Keep going.
Nah, who's wearing that? Whose dad? Sorry, I can't. Whose uncle is wearing this? You guys are ridiculous. That's criminal. If you thought Peckham was criminal before, this is the most illegal thing I've ever seen. I'm not going to say what part of Africa I feel like would wear these shoes because I think we all know. Let's keep walking. I'm joined by Delani. Hello, Delani. How are you?
Greetings, my sister. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Now, Brother Delani used to be near the end, near the door, and then he grew into this, what you see now, because he's a photographer. He does customized clothes. He does a lot of things. I can't even narrow down everything that he does. He does a lot of things, right? And Delani has been there for ages. Before he came into consciousness or wokeness, he's been there for ages. He was a whole record store or something before, and then he grew and turned into this store, what you see here, right? So anyway, I'm gonna let it play again.
I must say, you look amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Is this how you dress every day?
Well, I try to. This majority of the days, yes. My wardrobe is actually Africanized.
How long have you lived in Peckham for?
Well, I've been doing business in Peckham for about 19 years now.
19 years. So what has it been like living in Peckham for 19 years?
It's been okay for me because I'm a business person. So I focus mostly on business, but I've watched Peckham grow and change a lot. It's becoming gentrified. The demographics of shoppers still remain the same. Like a lot of Black people come here to shop, to meet and greet. But the property value in Peckham is going up so high that virtually only a handful of people can afford these things, and amongst our people. So most of these properties have been bought up by Europeans and other people that are more affluent. And that's the reality. And it's becoming more and more. It's becoming like that.
How have you seen Peckham change over time?
I've seen Peckham change over time a lot. I've come from Jamaica. I've been here in 2000, and one of the first neighborhood of where I live is in Peckham. So as I said before, this is the place where we come for shop. And how the shops were, very different. How the people are in this situation is very different. Used to be even more, now it's vibrant, but used to be more vibrant than now. So I see, even as a Jamaica, I do wear
It used to be like Brixton, very vibrant, very lively, music everywhere. You smell food everywhere. It's changed a lot. The road, the place, Peckham never used to really be nasty. Never used to be a nasty place, you know. Some people are picky where they buy their fish and meat from, obviously, right? But there's a place down there called the Irish Butchers. They've been there for years. Dennis Butcher's been there for years. Yeah, I could go through a list of places down there. I really could. There's Mr. Glow, who's been there for a long time. Who else is there? There's a lot. There's a few stall holders or shop holders that's been there for a long time, and now it looks like they're slowly pushing them out. You can see it. It's just a slow, but they're pushing them out slowly.
Caribbean. We have our little, dances and music and stuff like that. All of those are cut down. And most of the older people that we used to see out here on the streets and stuff like that, they're not really here anymore either.
All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Now put your hands up. I am Beyonce. So it occurred to me whilst walking through Peckham that there are some places that have just been around for ages. They've withstood the test of time, and that's places like this lovely shop. And this place, 100 Peckham youths gathering outside the Cracker Jack, just like Gig said.
Cracker Jack is gone also. Cracker Jack's not there no more.
This place, Burger King, I hope we don't get done for copyright, but back in the day, guys used to stand out here all in black. You couldn't get inside.
And of course, this place, Peckham Library, built in the year 2000, it's 19 years old and has been here for pretty much most of my childhood. Okay, so I am joined by...
Well, Bill, Jerky, P, Fitz, everything. They called me in Peckham.
I love that. And how long? First of all, I love the fact that we're having to talk through a fence.
Right, because I might lose my job, innit? Coming on the other side of the fence.
I hear that, and I don't want that to happen, right? Okay, so cool. How long have you been in Peckham for?
Long time, over 30 years, and long time.
So you've been working and living in Peckham for over 30 years?
And live in Peckham all that time.
That's insane. So how have you seen it change over 30 years?
Well, when I first came into Peckham, it was a bit upmarket like, and then it runs down. Now it's going right back up there. So I love it anyway. I enjoy both sides of it, the ups and downs. That's good.
Have you seen Peckham at night time though?
Now, at night time, you'd think you're in the West End when you go and...
Oh yeah, I think we're going to skip and go to the night time. And you hear what they're saying now, you're just thinking to yourself, really, dude? Like, are you sure? I'm going to skip it to the night.
I have managed to black my way into Peckham levels. Do not ask me how I've done it. I think it's the silver hair. It turns people mad. But I'm here now. And the funniest thing is the locals didn't even know this place existed for years. But at night, this place turns into the hub of everything social. So let me see what people are saying. Let me see what they're drinking. Let me see how they're dancing, okay? Because if you come to Peckham, you have to know how to dance. All right. Literally just to overlook London from Peckham.
Well, I live in Brixton and it's the best rooftop in the area.
How long have you lived in Brixton for, in South London altogether?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. So you won't maybe realise how weird it is for me for someone to say, do you know what? I know I'm in bed all day. Guess what I'm going to go do? I'm going to go to Peckham to go look in a rooftop to look over.
No, to be honest, I completely understand what you're talking about. Visited my friend 10 years ago that lived in Brixton, another white Australian guy. Mm-hmm. But even then it was a different area than it is now. But it's a bit kind of rich of me to be like, oh, all these people are coming in. It's like, well, he was coming in doing that and changing the culture of a city. And I know Peckham is kind of the next sort of Brixton, like it's getting sort of gentrified. I'm very aware of what's sort of going on, but it's got a great view. So
One of the great things about Peckham at night is that it's opened up unconventional venues to the public that probably would have been overlooked. But with unconventional nights come unconventional characters. Tell me, please, what brings you to Peckham, especially the rooftop at night?
Well, we've literally come for a party this evening. I used to live in the area and now I live in Forest Gate, which is like literally miles apart from where we are. But yeah, I just came here for the nightlife, literally, genuinely.
You'd be very, very, very surprised from what Peckham is like during the day, where I see pretty much my aunties, and then at night time.
Your aunties?
Darling, I'm not even lying. I wish I was joking. My aunties definitely walk around these streets.
I want to see them. I want to see your aunties.
You have to bend down to them, you know. You have to go like this.
Yeah, she wants to see the aunties, but she comes at night time.
This is cultural, darling. You have to be like, hello, auntie. Are you ready to do that?
Definitely.
Okay, try it with me.
What
Hello,
do I need to
auntie.
do?
Just a little curtsy. Hello, auntie.
Auntie.
Yeah, that's a bit too wide.
Oh,
auntie,
too wide.
Auntie will say, what's going on here? Why Peckham of all places to come and party?
It's very fun. You have such...
And this lady's drunk as a skunk.
Not opinions. What's the right word? Options.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
And so what's the contrast then between the daytime and the nighttime?
Well, I think
The most obvious thing is there is a big kind of demographic change of like the daytime. You see kind of people going about their kind of everyday lives. It tends to be kind of like BME communities going about kind of, you know, in
their general day, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And in the nighttime,
I get a feeling she was going to say something bad just then. She was going to say something bad. Throwing up hand signals, though. Yeah, do you see it? Do you see it? She's going to say something bad. She's going to say something bad because of who she's around. She has to watch her words.
it is primarily kind of like young, white, hip kind of art school students, especially.
Why is it that the art school students want to come to Peckham? It's so random. Hey, I was going to say, why Peckham of all places?
Because it's got everywhere you need to be, but everywhere you don't want to be.
What? What? Have you been to Peckham during the day?
No, I try not to, really. I try to avoid it at all costs.
Not in recent times, anyway.
I live about 15 minutes away, and I'll go around it, really, if I can.
Well, you come at night?
Yeah,
I'll come at
it's
night.
always popping at night.
It's popping at night, but you regret it next day.
Okay, so I've got a question. You have got some aunties asleep with their children, literally in that building over there.
Why the fuck are they not out here drinking the parties then? That's not my fault. That's not my fault.
All age groups.
That's not my fault.
All age groups.
I'm open to everyone to come and chill.
You're wondering why Giggs is not in Peckham. He's wondering why Giggs is not in Peckham.
Where is he? I like Giggs. I love his first album. But I feel like, I'm not being funny, I feel like he's gone downhill a bit. But I love the first album.
Hold on, you're in Peckham and you're in Peckham and you said that Giggs has gone downhill. There is, or you should just keep one eye open on your way home.
I really enjoyed the first album.
If you know Peckham, yeah? And I'm telling you, if you know Peckham, then if you know, you look straight here 20 years ago, you're looking at North Peckham Estate. Now, if you know North Peckham Estate, you know Peckham. If you don't know North Peckham Estate, you just come to Peckham. So you are the change in Peckham.
Okay, so I'm here with A1 and you're out at night in Peckham. I'm guessing you're not here to party, are you?
Nah, I'm not here to party, but this is my strip, innit? So I'm out here. And yeah.
And you're born and bred in Peckham?
Yeah, always from Peckham. Lived in Peckham, grew up, went to school in Peckham.
So be honest, the nighttime in Peckham, how has it changed for you over time?
Yeah, like it's all mad now because before, I'm not gonna lie, half the people that's around here, they couldn't come around here before. Like you wouldn't be eating in these shops. They wouldn't even be, they'd be scared, really. But yeah.
So why now then? Why now?
It's just all the regeneration, changing up everything. Different shops, different sort of people come around here. But before, like, not a lot of people could come around this area and be like safe, really.
So what have we learned about being in Peckham at night? Well, the people that are here during the day are completely different to the people that are here during the night, complete polar opposites. I feel like the people that would have been here at night, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, have been run out of their own ends by people that come here to party. That's why there are literally no mandem at night. I feel like, yeah, Peckham, you shouldn't party here. It's just not normal. All right. So with that being said, I am going to get myself a bottle of water because I need it because I've got a bloody headache. I'm going to go home and just think about what a night this has been.
Now let's go to Brixton. Mind you, this is an old video, so keep that in mind, okay? So everything's changed in Brixton as well.
I'm not here to talk about Morley's chicken though, I mean business. Howdy. Brixton has changed so much over time while still being able to maintain its eccentric character and Caribbean roots.
Nobody can see any piece of land. Deep and curious in the little land.
Although still rich in community, unfortunately, some of the businesses and estates that used to exist in Brixton have either been demolished or priced out. As you can see with these images, Brixton used its art to combat the modifications, but the redevelopment of Brixton is steaming fast ahead. With all these changes, there's bound to be an impact on the remaining traders, the locals, and of course the nightlife. So I went around during the day to ask if this new Brixton has helped local traders, starting with an auntie who sells raw African skincare on Brixton Market. So I'm joined by one of the real aunties of Brixton. Hello, auntie, how are you?
Auntie is fine, and you?
You're looking very gangster in your coat.
Thank you, it's cold.
I don't know if you remember, it was a while ago now, but I bought some shea butter from here. And you see how my skin is glowing? Look, touch it, touch it.
Yeah.
Touch it. Oh, they're glistening, right?
Yeah, so amazing, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Skin is glowing.
Glistening. And so what kind of people come here to buy some of your products?
All races. All races, every Africans, most of people are Africans. And the Europeans, the people, they come on the tourists. They come here as well to buy. And I have some people, when they see the word butter, they think it's edible, so they try to eat it.
Be honest, what kind of people think it's edible? Because it's not the Africans, is it?
No, but some people, the moment they see butter, they know butter is like edible.
They're just trying to eat it, innit?
Yeah, then I'll stop them. Then the people, if I'm not looking, they've put on their mouth.
No, they're eating it in front of you.
Yeah. Some people, the moment they see the word butter, they think it's for food.
And what, so you've seen them put it in their mouth?
Yeah, but I said to them, back home, we eat it anyway, so you're not going to die. Yeah. So I just, I have some people, like that, but it's already in the stomach.
From 100% natural skincare that you can't eat, so please stop. Along Brixton Market, there's also a place that sells 100% human hair, Pappy and Camille. Pappy and Camille are best known for being the only Black-owned hair retailer in Brixton. And as a proud Silver Wig owner, I was pleased to speak to Pappy himself. How long have you been here for?
5 years.
5 years, how's it been?
Very good.
Very good.
Amazing.
Business is buzzing. As you can see, there's loads of people in the shop.
That's it. Always busy.
So again, you must be really proud that you are one of the only people, I think the only business or hair shop in Brixton that's Black owned.
Yeah, that's it. That is right.
Yeah.
You are right. We're doing very well. You know, before I come to Brixton, I see only different color doing this business. Why this product is our own people using it. Why we cannot doing it. Why I do it.
And that's why you're the most popular one, I'm guessing.
That's it.
Just loads and loads. We love it. And we love a Black-owned business. Be investing in your Black-owned businesses, okay?
In London, and we still retain that. You know, Brixton has got everything. It's an attraction for more people, but what we don't want is we want people who have been here all the time to benefit from what's happening. So we don't want new people just to come in and people who are here just to disappear. We want the people who are here all the time, who have been here for years and years, people like you and me, to benefit from all the changes that are taking place.
So at first, from across the road, I really just thought this was any dark-skinned beauty from Brixton. She looks like, I thought she was East African, you know what I mean? Like, she's looking that kind of way. Come closer now, even closer, I'm like, right, is that Michelle Blood Clot Obama? How did they even get the contour? You see up the cheeks? The cheeks them and down at the chin? They got her contour. They got the fact that she's a red bone under there. It doesn't make any sense, but we love it. So that is what Brixton looks like during the day. But what about at night? Is it really a madness? I think it might be. Let's go and have a look, shall we? There we go. Brixton at night.
From your head now, you know, because they all hear that we're going to rob their purses, you know. Some of them still hold their bags tight, even though we got, you know, so, you know, just got to work with them and educate them. That's how I look at it.
bagel world is very new. What made you want to come to Brixton?
Well, it's a different contrast because there's a difference. There's things like healthy food, bagels, bring back the old school bagel days when we used to go out raving, and after raving, the bagels and stuff like that, and basically all healthy food.
I hear that, but do you reckon, like, let's say 5, 6, 7 years ago, there would have been any vegans in Brixton?
Nah, not even. Nah, it's pure jerk chicken and dumpling and them something there, yeah.
Okay, so I'm with the beautiful couple.
My name is Justin. They call me the Oba of London.
Oh, the Oba of London. Love that. And?
Esther, Starfood.
And so what's it like being a business owner in Brixton? Like, what kind of people come in here?
Got everybody coming, yeah. But the main people that call me are like Africans, mainly Nigerians anyway.
So when you get the non-Nigerians, do you kind of have to explain to them what's going on, like what the restaurant is?
When they come to the restaurant, they're interested in African culture. So they sit there and like, oh, we want to try everything. They're actually better customers because Nigerian people, you know what you want to eat. So they come in and say, can I get jollof rice and beef?
Yeah.
When white people, other ethnic minorities come in, they're always like, oh, can we try this stew? Can I have the egusi? They buy everything. They spend like £300, but then your own people will come and spend £7.
Do you know what? I've actually seen that elsewhere. It's true. I've actually seen it elsewhere where like I went to...
On top of that, they'll even tell you that the portion is small.
To see the true flavour of Brixton nightlife, I spoke to some very interesting party goers who aren't from the area. I'd really like to emphasise that. Okay, so why are you in Brixton tonight?
I'm here tonight because my bro's gonna come true.
Okay.
You're struggling, I'll be real.
Okay. Do you know that you sound a little bit like... No, it's because your voice, isn't it? It's lovely. Do you know you sound a bit like Lewisham's version of Ed Sheeran?
I'll be real, I've heard more other people, but I can rock with that.
Who have you heard you sound like?
Rag and Bone Man, the Maverick Saber.
Are you going into Brixton Jam?
Yeah.
And are you going to get some girls' numbers?
No.
No. Be honest, you always come here to drink. Like, are you always drunk here?
Yeah.
Does it make you feel awkward that you're partying here but auntie's asleep with her children upstairs?
Yes. Yes, it does. I won't lie to you.
But if I say to you, sneak bow, let me show you the wave, what would your reply be? I hear that. I hear it. What a response to the borough's national anthem. Shame. Whilst not everyone may have heard of Sneakbo, there are some lovely characters around Brixton at night. I spoke to Louise from Ken about her night in Brixton, and she didn't have a bad word to say about the place. Louise, guess what? I've been in Brixton for half an hour. And my coat's been stolen.
No way. How?
Listen, I was just walking around with it. I put it down for 5 seconds just to eat some food, Louise, and it's gone.
To be honest, I'm really surprised that happened in Brixton because Brixton is such a happy-go-lucky place to go out in. You never find any trouble. You always have a really good time. I am shocked to hear that you've lost your coat.
You seem so concerned. I love you.
Well, I mean, like, you're going to be cold going home. I got my jacket on. I would be cold. Do you want my jacket?
We'll take it afterwards. Is that okay?
No.
You're like, it won't even suit you, so.
People like, but you can't have it.
Wait, why Brixton to come out of all places? Why?
So as you can see, they always come out at night time. So I went onto one website about the gentrification of Peckham because we were looking at the gentrification of Peckham and Brixton. So I'm going to stop this there because I don't know how much of this girl's video I can play. So we are going to go to... So this is the gentrification, or it's a gentrification program. This is Brixton new video, implies the impact of gentrification. So So this is him.
Peckham is my lane. There's a lot of ethnicity, there's a lot of vibrance.
Peckham means you go there one day and you'll go there next day and you'll see so many different things.
For me, it's like good times and bad times, my worst and my best memories.
This is just what's truly made me the man I am today.
Peckham's always been an area that is like close to my heart.
When we first came to England, which was like in the 90s, like 96, my mum was telling me that we used to do all of our food shopping in Peckham.
When I grew up, Peckham was heavily populated with Africans, Nigerians, Jamaicans.
I originally lived on Watt Street, which is like a nice part of Peckham. And then I moved to near Davilola Taylor Centre, where I experienced a different side of Peckham.
Some people wouldn't even say they're from Peckham.
Peckham always gets such a bad rep, especially with like all of the gang stuff that you would hear and with all of the violence and how bad the environment was. Because if I'm honest, we did grow up in poverty. We grew up with nothing.
Now that I'm older, it's a lot more calmer. I don't know if it's because I went to uni and came back and there's been a lot of changes, a lot of new people.
Literally, it's just smarter than sixpence. And now literally ask them where they're from. I'm from Peckham, and they say it with such like gusto, such impact.
I think the thing that like initially attracted me to Peckham was like that my friends lived around here, like they go to like Goldsmiths College and like Camberwell College of Arts and stuff. But then like I think having had like lived here now, like there's more to it than that.
I actually genuinely think like the community are all together. And I will say to anyone coming from that town, coming to Peckham, you will never find a more integrated, multicultural community than Peckham.
Obviously, like I'm an outsider at this point. Like I've come all the way down from Yorkshire to be in this space. Like I don't ever feel like I'm being like told I can't be here because of something. Like I've only felt warmth from the people here, and that's like something that I really didn't expect, especially from an area that is like so quickly being gentrified that like I feel at home somewhere that isn't my home.
Firstly, I've got a crazy love for pubs. I've got a love for its importance to any community, the way houses and residences are built around pubs. But the whole inspiration behind Prince of Peckham was my love for Desmond's. Don't know if you remember Desmond's from the 90s. Sick show. We used to stay up all the time just to watch that. It was great because when I was younger, my bedtime was early doors. But Desmond was just fantastic. We used to watch it as a family. And it was just this married couple from Trinidad came to Peckham, opened up a barbershop that was home to every layer of the community, regardless of class, age, sexual orientation, whatever. It just doesn't matter. The moment you cross that door, everything's outside. Like there's a massive welcome to Peckham sign outside this pub. And it's pretty much to say, once you're in this venue, everyone's the same. We're all part of one community.
It's the creativity and thought that goes into regeneration. You don't necessarily have to kick people out. You don't have to put businesses down.
We don't realize until after the process, like we just kind of just wake up one day and we're like, wow, this era is totally different.
It's changing in a good way, but I also feel like the more it changes is the more it might exclude communities that were there before.
Obviously, I know it must be difficult for a lot of businesses who have obviously had a long history in terms of having their shops, for example, in Peckham. And obviously now with the gentrification, a lot of them I know will be forced to move somewhere else because obviously there's new businesses that are happy to be here and pay more to actually be in Peckham. So I know that causes a friction and tension in the community where a lot of people who have been here for long now have to kind of step aside.
When I see bits of history being demolished and just eradicated to make way for like ugly new buildings that contain like Sainsbury's and Gym Box and, like all these like massive, huge companies that turn over millions of pounds, that's when it becomes upsetting.
Regeneration, or we're using the word gentrification, is an inevitable movement. It's happening. And it's how do we use that inevitable force to our advantage?
in the next 5 years, I feel Peckham will be different, but I don't think much will really change. There'll be nicer houses.
Oh, I touched it by accident. Well, you get the gist of the idea, though, isn't it? Basically, it's gonna be so gentrified. Sorry, I'm snacking. It's gonna be so gentrified. What they're doing is filtering out the people out of the area, upping the prices of the houses. Mind you, the crime doesn't change. It doesn't change because the new influx. When new influx brings new criminal people. So basically, they're sending people outside of London, basically. So if you have to do something or work, you have to travel in. Now, Genesis Radio has always used to talk about this before. And it's actually coming a reality now, I feel, because there's, like I said, they're sending people, deporting people back to Jamaica, deporting people back to the West Indies, and families could be in houses from a long time, and then like they'll just decide to take back the house. A family member could die, then they will regenerate that house, and because they want working people in London, they don't want non-working people in London. They want the working factors in London, and that's where they're going with it right now. So, you know, I've always wanted to talk about gentrification for a long time, I think, but you do see it in front your face in real time. I think Peckham is definitely the, what you call it, you can see it more in Peckham because Peckham have a big African visibility there. You know from the food, from the from the the food, the clothes. There's a great African presence that's in Peckham, but it's not as much there now because they've got new businesses coming in. Basically, places like Clapham is very dry and drab, really. You have to go very far to get certain things. So ideally, I feel what's happening in the daytime, it's a normal thing, but you do actually see certain way how people walk around you. I mean, I'm not seeing things. I think I really see it for myself. And when you're on the buses, I'm thinking, am I in the 1950s? Has it gone back to that? It's like, I mean, before they used to have a PC thing going on where they could. Okay, all right. They had a PC thing where there's certain stuff they couldn't say or do in front of you or whatever, and now they're just doing it. I don't know because it's the. Okay, in a minute. See, I have to go already. See, my daughter. I've got to go see to my daughter. Whether it's a PC thing, but there is an election coming up. It doesn't even matter whether you vote or whatever. It doesn't even make no difference. From a personal perspective, it is a Tory country. You know, they signed out of Brexit, so now you really seeing it, the rise of oil, gas supply, gas, electric, now heating. They find it hard to bring in certain foods, export certain foods, and even if they bring in certain foods, they have to pay on the nose for it. So these ones have benefited a lot. Like I said, they learned how to jerk chicken, they learned how to make certain foods, they made it fusion, and then they open a business reselling your food back to you. So gentrification, I know it's going on all over certain places where they will never walk. They're in that area now because one, it's central. The spaces, the houses are worth a lot, and particularly Peckham levels. They were talking about Peckham levels. I'll show you what Peckham level looks like. Now this is Peckham Levels for picture-wise. I haven't been in Peckham Levels, but oh man, teeth is crackling. I'm being in it. Now Peckham Levels, she said it's a high polluted place. High polluted place. Let me see. I can't see it from the outside. So this is Peckham Levels. This is where they come at night time. Studio, all that's there. I can't even see the building itself. Doesn't show the building. But this is where they come while everybody is around or not around the area. See, we can go back inside the area. Now I think I've passed High Trips. Now I think I've passed this place before. I just don't remember whether I have. Let me get more into the picture. I think I've passed this place. But it is getting very high fluted place. High fluid. High. Oh, see my daughter again. See, I thought she was okay. But anyways, soon I have to come off, okay? I'm just gonna finish this. Trips, she always coming when I'm about to finish. Trips always comes in when I'm about to done. So the gentrification is quite big. Like they always was saying that they're gonna take over a few areas anyway and improve it. But you're improving it. By improving it, they're literally pricing out the ones who's been there for years, even. Children's grown up there, had grandchildren, all that. So they end up moving. Oh, you just woke up. So no, it's okay. It's okay, Trips. So basically, the gentrification. I mean, they said there's pros and cons to this, but I feel not. I feel it's not like that. I feel it's an agenda, like with everything else. I know they talk about conspiracy theories. It's an apartheid going on. It's basically an apartheid going on. Basically, that's exactly what's going on. And that's what I feel personally. I know many ain't going to say that. But from that video alone, it speaks volumes. You don't need to ask what they're thinking. They just don't want to be around you, basically. And yeah, that's all I can say on this, really. Now, I'm trying to see if I can find twin brothers. Oops, keep spelling his name wrong. Can't I see him? I can't see him. Oh, he's Maroons, isn't he? Oh yeah, Royal Maroons. That's it, Royal Maroons. I said it wrong. No, No, sorry, you can't even hear me. They're Afghanistan. They're not Sudan. They're from Afghanistan, and on there's Latinos down the lower end. There's a Rasta kitchen up the other end. Party stuff, cases, and all that. So it's gentrified. Like you can tell the difference from the gentrified one to the ungentrified one. I mean, though this one is slowly getting gentrified. Most few people's moved out of this space already. So basically, not a lot of people come and shop in this area. Only certain people shop in this market. Let's leave it at twins. This thing. Certain people shops at this market. And on the other end, it's a mixture of people. Oh, okay, but still, if we're no, not the same. It's different. They changed it. They gentrified it a lot. But this guy is still here. That shop next door to him is gone or changed. So yeah, it's just there. You can just see it anyway. I mean, like like you're just waiting for certain letters to come through the door now. So yeah, but I'm not gonna stay on long. Hopefully they'll let me keep the video because there is a lot of music in it. Let me put up the banner anyway. There's a lot of music in it. Yeah. Let me tap you the thing. Yeah, so they're gentrifying everywhere. So though people has made a mark on the place, what they're just gonna do is just taking over the space. Like, they've taken it over. They've changed it, they've graffitied it up, they've messed it up, they changed it. It's like they do something and then they the one come the solution to the problem. So there's new buildings popping up everywhere, glass buildings, glass looking flats. I mean, they're nice flats, but they're not. There's a lot of flats popping up in the weirdest places, and yeah. So I'm not gonna stay on here long anyway. I'm gonna come off now, so because I have other lives to do as well. So with that said, let me see who's in the buildings. As I said, hi Chrissy, hi Big O. Hi Joyce, hi Miss Wise, hi House of Nathan, hi Hood Therapy. Hi, good morning, Miss Tripsies. Hi, Sister Amma. So this is my bit on gentrification because I've always wanted to cover gentrification, and now I've got the chance to do it because I'm actually seeing it in real time. So when you see things in real time, it's best to talk about it as it's fresh in your mind because someone else will come up and then just wash your mind. So you can see the contrast in it, the night and day. What goes on in the day is different to the nighttime. People still look at people the same. That's what I think anyway. Even though they're not saying it, it's the movements I feel, and over here is known for that. So but anyways, yeah, just keep looking at the community tabs for different things. I'm doing downloadment on the other channel, and I am also putting up like Mutabaruka and little histories from the Western Caribbean. Take a look at all of them even. Take a look at Remiel, take a look at Trips, take a look at Jaded Emperor. Everybody who's on the community tab. And with that said, I'm gonna come off. Okay, so have a good day, good evening, good night, or morning, whatever time you're at. Because we're all going through this. This is not just the one particular set of people. Because you're in America is different. Because you're over there, so it's different. No, if you're living in a residential area and stuff, gentrification's going on, all sorts of things be going on, even underneath your nose. And if you don't look smart, then you get caught up in the wave of what's going on. So that's what I refer to this program called the Noughts and Crosses. If you look at Noughts and Crosses read the Noughts and Crosses book by Mary Blackburn, that explains a lot as well too about what's going on too. Okay, because she was well ahead of her time. So with that said, I'm gonna come off and go and see my daughter. I think she was upset because she went to talk to herself. So with that said, I'll see you. Bye.